Since water is one of the essential elements in maintaining the ecosystem, it is indispensable to seek to reduce human impact on this resource. As the world steps into the non-human era, water issues become more evident in different regions. With technological resources such as AI, we are generating a new vision for water issues. Thus, we chose Mexico City, which is rich in Aztec culture and tradition. This civilization used to build city by expanding their land on water, with a proposal extremely relevant to our concentration. After the Spanish conquest, Tenochtitlan, the predecessor of Mexico City built on the water by the Aztecs, was reconstructed in a European style. Urbanization and expansion continued over the centuries, with increasing human density and activities. However, the mismatch between urban planning and exponential growth has led to severe water issues in modern Mexico City. Then, we further analyzed the changes in the local ecological environment to understand the effect of urbanization and lake drainage. During the urbanization process, the terrain became smoother, and water gradually disappeared. While the artificial elements on site increased, natural species gradually decreased. With these increasing water issues, we are introducing local techniques originating from the Aztecs. The Chinampas are used not only for agriculture but also as a resource to enhance water quality, which is our concept. Chinampa, as one kind of floating garden, was made by layering mud, sediment, and vegetation on woven tree trunks in freshwater lakes and wetlands. This system is highly sustainable by using natural sediment for soil and plants to filter water during irrigation. We summarize the benefits of Chinampas into four main aspects. Firstly, Chinampas are an agricultural system with high productivity for various crops. It could increase in land area. The formation of Chinampas begins as a floating land, and the plant roots will stabilize the whole structure. Second, the expanded land also provides habitation for human and non-human species. Most importantly, it benefits the surrounding wetland. The multiple layers and various materials work as a filter that can potentially deal with the water issues in Mexico. Since it is a water-based system, there is a strong correlation between water degradation and Chinampas reduction. To revive Chinampas in modern Mexico and achieve numerous benefits, we are speculating possibilities on different scales. In the smallest scale, the system could work as an agriculture unit, benefiting the surrounding water. Several units form a community-scale system with canals. There is potential for high efficiency in managing water resources and cycles. Zooming out to see an urban scale, Chinampas could be the base for reviving Mexico as a water city. With AI tools, we speculate how Chinampas interact with different biomaterials. From the AI-generated images, we chose the ones that represent the intricate interaction between Chinampas and the urban context. To develop Chinampas with modern technologies, we analyzed the composition of the traditional system. In terms of function, Chinampas can be divided into 4 layers, from bottom to top, starting with the collection layer, which gathers silt and waste. The delivery layer filters and delivers nutrients from the water into the rest of the system. The harvest or convention layer absorbs and converts nutrients into parts of the crops. Lastly, the spaces above the Chinampa system can serve as habitats for both human and non-human species. The functional layers consist of various elements derived from the original working function of the Chinampas. Introducing Chinampas into an urban system requires the original functional layers to convert into urban functions, like community and habitation, water filtration, transportation, and water collection. The subdivisions of each urban layer allows us to implement different methods based on the urban elements. Here is a brief outline of the water issues faced by Mexico City. Firstly, the high-altitude basin surrounded by mountains causes rainfall to accumulate within the city. During urbanization, lakes and rivers were nearly completely drained, altering water patterns and leading to flooding and water scarcity issues, exacerbated by inadequate urban infrastructure. Excessive groundwater extraction to alleviate water scarcity has led to annual ground subsidence, further undermining the drainage system's effectiveness and increasing the risk of flooding. Through mapping analysis, we want to show different aspects of water issues. Flooding risks are related to the amount of rainfall. Small rain increases the flooding risk for a larger area but with a smaller damage. Heavy rain causes more serious damage but influences a smaller area. There are 2 main areas that have a high rate of land sinking. The one on the top is in an urban context, while the other is in a natural area. The scarcity distribution is located all over the city and is one of the determinants for our intervention. Finally, these maps display the changes in land use from 2000 to 2020. By overlaying all maps and water currents, we selected 3 sites with different characteristics. The first one is Xochimilco, with more natural context, where Chinampas are still existing and working. This site also suffers both from flooding and land sinking. Even though there is a rich water network, water scarcity is still a problem for the neighborhood. The second site is Cuchilla del Tesoro, which is located in an urban context. This area also suffers a lot from flooding and land sinking. These two sites represent peak areas of flooding and ground sinking in Mexico City. Finally, by initially implementing the two patterns on their respective sites, we anticipate that these corresponding patterns of natural and urban textures can coexist geographically. This serves as our ultimate goal to observe how our urban design proposal, based on the initial two sites, can integrate and interact as a comprehensive functional system. Based on the site analysis, we established a workflow to generate our design proposal. This process includes collecting site data, visualizing the information into various morphologies through an AI collaborative process, and ultimately forming an architectural structure to address the issue within our concept. Through our shape exploration, we aim to achieve diverse prototypes that will serve as our soil base for the Chinampas. To better understand our site, we generated a 3D mapping of the layers associated with our first site, the natural elements, the pre-existing Chinampas, the city elements, and the specific areas that contain water-based challenges. To achieve the concept of urban Chinampas, we redefine the sites as a layered context. In Xochimilco, these layers include existing waterways, farmlands, and surrounding communities. Our intervention focuses on these layers. We analyze 3 regions, using data and character analysis to determine the specific interventions needed for each. In Cuchilla del Tesoro, in the center of Mexico City, we aim to address the imbalance between overpopulation and the scarcity of urban infrastructure. These issues have the potential to be mitigated by integrating our water filtration system, ultimately redefining the context of a biocity. By analyzing the site's layers, we can identify the characteristics and activity requirements of various urban elements. This allows us to align our experimental modular models and provide suitable spatial structures. In Xochimilco, we aim to envision new types of root systems and soil attachments, transforming Chinampas into more diverse spatial forms. This transformation will help alleviate water issues while integrating agricultural spaces with urban community activities in the area. In Cuchilla del Tesoro, we aim to explore how to disrupt the high-density urban space by creating diverse levels of infrastructure. This will effectively preserve and purify water bodies, transforming rigid human-urban environments into flexible natural habitats. Then, we aim to propose a speculation on how water can be reintroduced to the area and how tracing the original nature of the land can restore prosperity to the coexistence of humans and nature. Since we established a compositional structure using biomaterials like moss, mycelium, and root systems, they will grow on the structure and weave together to form an interconnected layered system. Here are simulations of these interactions. In different functional zones, the system interacts in various ways, as shown in the sections. For the next step, we defined the 4 functions integrated into our design: habitation, water filtration, collection, and transportation across both sites. We assigned a percentage of each function to respective substrates based on our intervention's location. Subsequent AI-generated images depict prototypes of our design. Finally, we aim to synthesize various data analyses and model generations from the preliminary stages, collaborating with AI to envision a large-scale urban space. We explore how the new Chinampa hydrological system can intertwine and interact with existing urban environments, fostering harmonious coexistence between humans and non-human species. We propose strategies within architectural spaces to envision a cosmic balance for the post-human world.